BTS News.in a world that feels increasingly quiet for BTS's loyal fans. The news that came from inside a South Korean military barracks this morning became a warm ray that infiltrated between the cold of the news of farewell and the routine of conscription. The simple yet meaningful title, A Restrained Hug, Jikook finally speaks of longing for RM and V, represents not only the longing between members, but also the collective longing of millions of soldiers around the world for the togetherness that for years has been a part of their lives. Jikook, a duet consisting of Jimin and Jungkook, finally spoke about RM, Namjoon, and V, Taehyung, two BTS members who are now serving their service in different places. This news stems from a recording in the form of a ballad that was officially uploaded by the Weverse platform. No big announcements or statements, just a simple voice message against the backdrop of a quiet night, the faint sound of crickets, and the barely audible sighs of the wind. But when Jimin's voice appeared, slow and full of emotional vibrations, millions of ARMY hearts fell silent in one long breath. Jimin opened his voice with a very personal tone, as if he was talking directly to RM and V. Hyung, Taehyung, tonight we sat together, and for some reason, the world felt lonely. We really miss. In that moment, simple words turned into a heartbreaking song that touched every corner of the heart that awaited their reunion. Jungkook then continued Jimin's speech with a deeper tone, his voice sounding heavy and almost broken as he said, Hyung V, I even remember our last hug before parting. I will never forget your face when you cry. Tonight, the hug was felt again, but restrained. As the voicemail spread widely, the hashtags #JikookUntukNamtae and #HugStain immediately topped the world's top trending topics. Armies around the world responded emotionally, flooding social media platforms with images, quotes, fan art, and tearful reaction videos. Many said that this was the first time Jikook had publicly expressed their longing for RM and V since they were all officially conscripted in stages. BTS's long history of friendship is the background that cannot be separated from this moment. Jimin, RM, and V are known to have a very deep bond. RM has always been a big brother figure as well as a leader who looks after them with tenderness, while Taehyung is part of Jikook's emotional inner circle, especially for Jimin, who has many memories of his trainee days with V. Jungkook himself repeatedly referred to RM as the director of his life and V as a friend who gave him strength when he felt lost. In the message, Jimin had recounted the little moments he missed. Namjoon Hyung always reminds me to drink water, even in the midst of the most grueling choreography rehearsals. His calm voice made me feel safe. And Taehyung, he always sits quietly while drawing or playing the guitar with his head down. But all of a sudden he would ask silly questions like, if we weren't idols, what would we be? And it made me laugh. Jungkook also shared memories that were no less touching. I remember when we went up the mountain together. Hyung in front, Taehyung and me in the back. I was afraid of heights, but RM held my hand without saying anything. Taehyung sings a random song from a cartoon movie, and I feel like we're immortal. But now, time makes us separate, and it feels like an unfinished nightmare. It's not just the army that is affected. Big Hit's old staff, including several managers who have accompanied BTS since its debut, posted stories and tweets full of emotion. One of their former wardrobe coordinators wrote, I remember how V and Jimin could sit in silence for hours without getting bored, just accompanying each other. And Jungkook always looks for RM when he's confused about schedules or career decisions. They are more than a group, they are a family. The voice message also ended with a sentence that made many listeners unable to hold back tears. Jimin said, we wrote you a letter today, but when we read it, we cried. So we decided to send only our voices, because maybe our voices can touch your hearts more than ink on paper. We waited for that day, the day when the hug would no longer hold. The military has not confirmed whether RM and V have listened to the messages, but South Korean media sources said they are undergoing outdoor training and are scheduled to receive access to personal devices in the next 2 days. If true, it is not impossible that there will be a reply from RM and V that will again thrill the fans. This message marks a new phase in BTS's journey, not only as an idol group, but also as a true story of friendship and full of hurt, longing, and love. In a world full of glamour, BTS reminds that in the end, humans are just creatures who seek each other's warmth and meaning in togetherness. The restrained embrace was not only Jikook's for RM and V, but also the restrained embrace of millions of fans for the presence of all of them, who can now only be remembered through the screen and sound. The reaction from the army was incredible. Several international fan bases staged virtual hug events where fans were asked to upload videos or photos of them hugging dolls, posters, or even empty air as a symbolic form of hug for RM and V. The comments flowed endlessly. A fan from Brazil wrote, "I don't know why Jimin's voice makes me cry, but it's probably because I know he cries when he says it. We all miss them." Meanwhile, fans from Japan uploaded a touching illustration showing the 4 members standing on a bridge separated by 2 sides of a ravine, but they spread their arms out, trying to reach each other. The illustration was shared more than 2 million times in less than 24 hours. In the entertainment world, it is very rare for any group to be able to maintain emotional intimacy for more than a decade. BTS, with all their accomplishments, have proven that the connection between them is not just about work or commercial success, but about love born of long journeys, shared pain, and dreams that grow together. This moment, the restrained embrace, isn't just another emotional update from the military barracks. It's a declaration of love in its purest form from Jimin and Jikook to RM and V. And to the world waiting for their return. The message became a compass pointing in the same direction, a togetherness that would never be lost, even if time and distance tried to separate. That day will come. The hug will be delivered. And when that happens, the world will again shine with the warmth of their laughter, with a tone that will no longer be held back by concrete walls and military uniforms. The army, along with the world, awaits that day. The day when the restrained embrace was finally released at a few hours after the voicemail from Jimin and Jikook was published, the atmosphere of the virtual world turned into an emotional unity that is difficult to describe. Thousands of fans are re-uploading memories of the past, old video footage of BTS laughing together, concert footage where they hug each other after the performance, to screenshots from variety shows showing RM and V's most sincere side when talking about their togetherness. There's something very human about this whole thing. Behind their status as global icons, BTS are 7 young men who have grown up together, facing the world shoulder to shoulder. And now, with the temporary separation due to conscription, that longing is transformed into a universal language that connects the hearts of many people. In the voicemail, Jimin said that he looked at the night sky for more than an hour before recording the sound. He imagined RM writing poetry or reading a book, while V sat in a corner with headphones on, listening to jazz as he usually does. The shadow made his heart ache.